This is the Federal Republic of Nigeria, one of the most poorest country in the world, or let me say, the poverty capital of the world. This is because while the population of Nigeria is growing, the poverty situation is also competing with the population increase in the country. Nigeria is a very popular country and it's one of the most populous nations with over 200 million people. That's how it got the name, Giant of Africa. The country has a GDP per capita of just $2,068. Which means that the average person living in the country is producing less than $2 worth of wealth every single day, or let me say an average Nigerian cannot afford 3 times meal per day. At this level of poverty, GDP figures really start to lose their meaning, as people revert to just making stuff for themselves, rather than contributing to the wider economy. If you don't understand why that's important right now, don't worry, we'll cover it in detail very soon. By the way, the truly unfortunate thing about the Nigerian economy is that it does not need to be poor at all. It is one of the most materially rich countries in the world, with vast reserves for a range of natural resources. If the country was able to efficiently extract these resources and use effectively, it will be one of the wealthiest nations in the world. It's not new to hear stories about countries facing corruption, war, and economic problems. In fact, it's a tale as old as time. So in today's video, I will dive deep into the Nigerian economy, not only because of its massive lost potential, but also because of what that natural resource wealth is made up of. There is one unusual thing about Nigeria, and that is, mostly of all natural resources in the world, like gemstones, gold, silver, lead and even petroleum, are found in this country. And it's also home to significant quantities of the planet's reserves of coltan, cobalt and lithium, essential components in energy storage devices and electronics. The adoption of electric cars and the rise of battery energy storage means that the demand for these materials is expected to be higher in years to come. And unless the Nigerian reserve is productively used, the growth of Nigeria will be forced to hold. So what is stopping the Federal Republic of Nigeria from being able to take advantage of its massive natural wealth? What can the global community do to get rid of these barriers? And finally, are there any reasons to be hopeful about Nigeria's economic future? Let me take you back in time to Nigeria's journey towards independence. It all began in 1960 when Nigeria finally gained its independence from British rule. This was a monumental moment for the country, after a long and dark period of being exploited for its resources and people. However, the aftermath of independence was not all rainbows and sunshine. The transition was handled poorly, leading to some major challenges for the country and its people. At the time of its independence, Nigeria had a population of around 43 million people, of which few were educated. The British officials that were in charge of the country's industries basically left overnight and left very few instructions on how to manage the institutions that would keep the economy going. And this is where Nigeria problems start from. Has this hindered its progress and development? Some of the major challenges faced by the government then was political instability, ethnic tensions, corruption, economic mismanagement, poverty, and inadequate infrastructure. The government at the time struggled to effectively address these issues, which led to a series of coups and counter-coups, civil war, and a decline in the country's economic growth. The country, obviously, almost immediately fell into economic chaos, as civil systems collapsed and military dictatorship became the government of the day, which not only caused immediate human suffering but also hindered the country's economic growth. Due to ongoing conflicts and the struggles of living under a dictatorship, Nigeria was unable to attract the necessary investments to develop its economy. This created a vicious cycle where the lack of investment led to further economic struggles and hardship for the people. However, things could have been different. Nigeria has a lot to offer, and many international companies would have jumped at the chance to set up operations in the country. It's a missed opportunity that we can't overlook. Even if international companies were only in Nigeria to harvest its natural resources, the effective governance of these operations could still produce a lot of wealth for everyone involved. Just look at advanced economies like Norway, Canada, the UK, the USA, and Australia. They all generate a significant amount of wealth from natural resource extraction through private enterprise. The key difference is that these countries negotiate resource deals with companies, which results in compensation for the people who ultimately make the decisions in the country. This ensures that everyone benefits from the resource extraction process, and it's something Nigeria could learn from to propel itself towards a brighter future. But the bitter truth is that some of the leaders who have ruled Nigeria since gaining independence don't actually want their people to be wealthy. Why, you ask? Because wealthier people are harder to control, and in a country with so many factional rivalries, holding on to power is already a difficult task. They don't want the general population asking too many questions about how they're running the government. It's a never-ending cycle that's almost impossible to break without foreign intervention. But let's be real, history has shown that foreign intervention in a sovereign country's politics isn't always the best solution. This is more than just a geopolitical or economic problem. It has real human consequences that we can't ignore. As I have said, Nigeria, a country rich in natural resources and potential, yet held back by decades of political and economic instability. From military dictatorships to corrupt leaders, Nigeria has faced numerous challenges on its path to becoming a prosperous nation. But there's hope for the future. If the country can effectively manage its resources and implement sound economic policies, the Nigerian economy has the potential to thrive. Nigeria has the potential to be one of the world's strongest economies. With its vast reserves of oil, natural gas, and minerals, the country can attract foreign investment and create jobs for its people. And with the right investments in infrastructure and education, Nigeria can transform into a hub for innovation and technology, attracting even more investment and creating a brighter future for its people. But the country's political climate must also be addressed. The current factional rivalries and corruption need to be tackled head-on for Nigeria to truly thrive. A transparent and fair political system, combined with effective governance and policies, will be key to creating a stable and prosperous future for Nigeria. The Nigerian people are hard-working and entrepreneurial, and with the right support, they can lead the country towards a brighter future. The road ahead won't be easy, but with determination and a commitment to progress, Nigeria's economic and political future looks bright. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. And make sure you leave your thoughts below. See you in the next video.